Hey everyone, Andrew, day 2 Dryden, recording here again for Nikachu MTG, and today we are playing Red Black Burn in Modern. This is the kind of content you enjoy. If you like to bump your opponents into the loser's bracket, if you like to, I don't know, maybe volley bump, I don't know. I bit off more than I could chew there. I got a little, flew too close to the sun. Either way, if it's the kind of content you enjoy, if you're gonna hope that we skewer the critics of Light Up the Stage and show them how Rakdos gets it on, please do subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you enjoy the content, and hopefully we see you regularly. But this is the... Ooh, move this out of the way. This is the list we're running today. I'm interested to try this out. I haven't done this yet. This is... I've been really busy with school, so I haven't had a chance to do any like testing or anything like that. So this is the maiden voyage of this deck that I've sort of tried to put together, and I haven't played with this yet. So obviously, if you're used to this sort of regular burn lists, you'll notice pretty quickly that we're not. I still think that red-white is the better version, the more well-rounded deck to take if you were going to take it into a big tournament or something like that. I would highly recommend going with a red-white list, similar to what I was using in the previous league with Skewer the Critics. So Skewer the Critics has to be in these new lists. It's amazing. Don't leave home without it. It's fantastic. So that being said, though, I do want to try this out, and it's got the potential to be a lot of fun, I think. So our mana base is the big difference. We don't have any more white sources, so now we're running 3 Blackleaf Cliffs, 2 Blood Crypts, and then of course the usual fetch lands and basics in there as well. But sort of no white sources, not even in the sideboard for this round. So and the big inclusion is of course Bump in the Night. It's sort of our honorary black lightning bolt. Obviously doesn't hit a creature, or it can't hit creatures, it can't hit planeswalkers. It does have flashback, although if I'm casting this for 6 mana to flash it back, that better be what's winning the game, because otherwise I'm in big trouble if I'm paying 6 mana for 3 damage. That's obviously not something I want to be doing. Other than that, though, we've got our Goblin Guides, of course, you can't leave home without those, and our Swift Spears. I still like having the 1 Grim Lavamancer. I still really, really like this card. Lava Spikes, Lightning Bolts, like there's a lot of 1 mana costed spells in this deck. It tends to fold a little bit more easily to something like Chalice of the Void. However, the one upside is that we do have a lot of different converted mana cost spells in our sideboard, and there are things like Skewer the Critics and Rift Bolt that can still get around a Chalice on 1 and a Chalice on 2. But, I mean, if I just have a hand of Bump in the Night's Goblin Guides and Swift Spears, yeah, Chalice on 1 is going to be pretty bad to see that. So, in addition to that, again, a card I have never played on this channel. I played it a couple times in paper in Legacy Burn, and I've played it a couple times a few years ago when Infect was really, really big at a few Grand Prix qualifiers. Grand Prix trials, whatever. Anyway, the things that used to get you buys at Grand Prix. I really like this because I really wanted to have 1 mana instant speed answers to Infect once upon a time. So I'm not a huge fan of this card generally. Obviously, it can be very good. People who watch this channel know that I have a tendency to sometimes flood out, but I see people play lists with 4 of these sometimes, and I'm with like 18 or 19 lands, and I'm just like, that seems awfully ambitious. But I don't mind playing 1, I think this is a good way to have it in this build. It also works pretty well with Light Up the Stage if we can use this to maybe hit extra land drops. I'm not sold on Light Up the Stage yet. Part of this league, again, what I want to do is sort of test this a little bit. So that's another reason why I'm running 4 copies. I don't know if 4 copies is right. Even if you are running it, it might be 2 or 3. But I want to test it out. I want to see it, and so if I want to see it, I want to draw it more. I want to sort of understand what it is. So even if I'm not winning the games, at least I'm learning something about how this card works, and so I really want to try it out for that. So again, there's a little bit of synergy and stuff hopefully working. Oh, yeah. working inside this, inside the synergy between the cards in this list. So yeah, we're going to be doing some testing today. Hopefully it goes well, but we'll see. Of course, again, we also have our Eidolons. I'm down to 3 Searing Blazes. I don't love this. I really like Searing Blaze is one of the strongest cards in the deck, but there's been a lot of matches recently where I haven't needed it. It hasn't been helpful, and it's been hard to turn on. So, and again, I'm testing these other cards. It's probably better, technically, for me to go 4 Searing Blaze and 3 Light Up the Stage, just off the top of my head. If I was not going to be recording, and if this wasn't for science, that's probably what I would do. But we're doing it this way for the reasons I stated above, so I'm not positive that this is the right choice either. But I mean, you can't not have Searing Blaze. It's modern. You can get away with it without it in like Legacy and things, where like there are some decks that might not even play creatures, right? They just beat you with Jace the Mind Sculptor or something. But in modern, you really want to have Searing Blaze. It might be the best card in the deck. It's a bit situational, but you could make an argument that Searing Blaze is the best card in the deck. Outside of that, we also have our Rift Bolts, standard, old, staple, nothing new here. Great, takes a turn, but 1 mana, 3 damage. And then, of course, our new flavor of the month here, in addition to the Bump in the Nights and all this other stuff. This one should definitely be a 4 of in whatever list you're running. I don't care what the build is. 4 Skewer the Critics is 100% where you want to be. So I will keep that in mind. Sideboard's a little bit different. We're running black, not white, so I still want to have a little bit of graveyard hate. That might be wrong. This sideboard is also something I'm not, I wouldn't stake my reputation on, because again, I've never really played this black-red version before, so not only are these cards a bit suspect, I might also want to fudge with, or I might want to tweak the numbers a bit here, like maybe I want 3 Fatal Pushes, or like 1 and like 3 Searing Bloods. I'm kind of seeing the Fatal Pushes and the Searing Bloods as doing mostly the same thing. They're sort of like small creature removal, although of course Fatal Push doesn't have to be a small creature, so they kind of help out there, but I'm kind of in my mind seeing these as the same type of slot and function that they're fitting in. 3 Leyline of the Void. It's nice we can actually cast this card if we have to, but if you know, we're not hitting this till turn 4. Chances are good we're probably not happy with how that has worked out. So I do like Rending Volley still. Very good against Storm, against these Thing in the Ice decks, these blue-red Phoenix decks that are all over the place. Big fan of this against that. It doesn't matter if they try to counter it or something, you can just do it. So the trick here, for anyone who might not know, is if they're like trying to work towards flipping a Thing in the Ice, what you want to do is you want to wait for that last counter to go, and then you're going to wait for the trigger to happen. But before the Thing in the Ice flips into a Woken Horror, that's when you want to use this Rending Volley. You can use this with all those things on the stack as long... Well, I mean, you can still use it on the Thing in the Ice or on the Awoken Horror as well, but it's not going to be enough damage to kill it. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. So this is a really good card against those decks. Still a couple Smash to Smithereens. I'm not sure. Maybe this should even just be a Rakdos Charm, right? Because that's got a bunch more functionality for running red-black. But, you know, artifacts are still a big deal. And actually, you know, maybe this should even be 3 copies because of how weak we are to a potential Chalice of the Void. Like that's a real thing. Oh, do I want to change that right now before I... If I were, what would I change? I don't want to go down on Skull Cracks. You could maybe get rid of a Rending Volley, but I don't have enough ways to deal with their creatures otherwise. Yeah, I think this is still fine. But adding more Smash to Smithereens is definitely a thought that goes into my head. And then, of course, Skull Cracks. Life gain is obviously still really bad. Another option you could use in the sideboard here is something like Collective Brutality. There seems to be a lot of burn decks running around because of how awesome these new additions are. So a Collective Brutality is obviously a very strong card. I'm not running it in this build, but you might want to. That might be a smart addition that I'm not adding here. So just some of the cards. Either way, though, this is the deck. I think it's going to go well. Worst case scenario, you know, we can still win with Goblin Guides, Lightning Bolts, and Lava Spikes, right? Like, we might just win the games that way. So I'm not super, super worried, but I'm really interested to see how this testing goes. I want to see how Light Up the Stage and some of these cards work, and hopefully you want to see them as well. So, you know, like I said, even if I lose some games, I don't think I'm not expecting to. I think we're still going to have a really good chance in this league. But, you know, we'll be able to learn something either way, and you can take that information going forward. So this has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, recording for Nikachu MTG. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment below. Let me know about your builds of this deck. Let me know what's going on with you, what your testing's been like. I do read all the comments. So, yeah, let me know, and I'll see you in round 1. Okay, so here we go. Our maiden voyage with red, black, burn. Opponent wishes high good luck. You too, eh? Okay, so here's the thing, right? My rule has always been, I've always said on this channel, 1 landers are fine if you've got like 3 spells you can cast. Hypothetically, there are 5 spells I can cast. But if this Eidolon just dies, or sorry, this Grim Lavamancer just dies and I don't draw a second land, I am in so much trouble. Oh man, this is one of the really awkward parts of these decks, I think. You know what? We're on the play. Oh man, you know, this is so dangerous. Oh god, what do I do? Unknown opponents. Jeez. Oh man, I really want to keep this, but I really want to keep this. But like, I might not even be able to attack in with this Lavamancer. Like, what if they just go like turn 1 champion of the parish or something? And well, actually, that would go well. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna keep this, but oh man, this is really dangerous. This is really dangerous. Oh man. I also don't know what my opponent's up against, what we're up against. So maybe I do I fetch out a basic? You know what? I think I fetch out a basic. Yeah, we're in big trouble here. No matter what kind of happens, depending on our draw. So, I think I don't think I need to get the black source yet with all these other... Okay, so, okay. We're not completely just toast now. Okay, we have... You're telling me there's a chance. I guess I'm attacking with this Lavamancer. God. And then do I light up the stage now? Because if I don't hit a land, it's pretty bad. If I don't hit a land, I'm basically just, like, throwing this card away. Okay, I think I need to make sure I can cast spells next turn. So this Rift Bolt needs to go. Like it has to come next turn. And then if we draw 2 lands, we can go like double skewer the critics or something. That'll be pretty good. Oh, okay, I get it. We're against Death Shadow, it looks like here probably. I'm assuming. Okay, Fatal Push. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, so this is probably Grixis Death Shadow. That is unfortunate if we don't draw lands, because I would really like to be able to just like untap and go like skewer. But we'll see. Land. See this? I don't like Shard Volley. I do not like this card. Get into arguments with people all the time about this. Oh man. Oh, we are in big trouble. Alright, this is... I'm casting this into open mana and everything. This is so bad. Please resolve. Please, please, please don't counter this. Oh, man. Come on, let this... No! Oh, come on. Ah. Okay. The one nice thing is that when we go for the win later, that's one less stubborn denial I have to try and fight through to try and go for the victory. That's one positive about that. If we untap next turn and can still just draw a land, I think we're still in really good shape. I think. But that's only because this is a matchup where our opponent is like just aggressively hurting their own life total. Okay, all right, and not only that, it's even like probably the one land I would have most chosen to see. Yeah, okay. So I mean, I'm not shard volleying. Obviously, I can't cast these. So yeah, little Eidolon pass. See how this goes. But this is now a winnable situation. Okay. God, that light up the stage would have been so good to hit. Going to 8. Okay, that's bold. Going to 6. Oh man, okay, are we just gonna get destroyed by a Teamer Battle Rage or something? That could also happen. Bolt themselves, Teamer Battle Rage. It's legit. That is legit. Okay, so just don't have the Teamer Battle Rage and we should be good. Although it's pretty bold of them to go down to 3 without a way to just win here. Yeah, okay, so great. All right, so had we hit the second land early enough, yeah, probably would have been okay. Probably would have been, we probably would have been fine. All right. You know what? Hey, that was pretty good showing, considering how absolutely horrible our start was. So, okay, Searing Blaze is bad. Obviously, Fatal Push is pretty good. What do I want against Death Shadow that this deck is, yeah, this is a very strangely constructed sideboard. I'm not super worried about Leyline. I mean, I guess it hurts like Gurmag Angler and stuff, but is that really what I want? I guess maybe it's not a bad idea since I've got Fatal Pushes for like Death Shadows and whatnot. The only thing... Okay, these cards are bad. How come I can't organize these the way people online do? Okay. Okay, Searing Blood, bad. Searing Blaze, bad. Smash, bad. So basically, it's just between Skullcrack or Leyline. They're not a broken, like really, really aggressive graveyard deck. So I think Skullcrack is probably what we want more than that. And then, yeah, there's nothing else we really need to take out. So I think that's how we want to do it here. I don't know. This is a very strange situation. This is a really good hand, though. Yeah, this hand is good. I might even just... yeah, you know what? I think I might even just play this tapped. Yeah, I'm just going to play this tapped and then get the Eidolon out next turn. I'm not going to use up any of my 1 mana damage spells when they're at 20 and just help out their game plan. I'm not doing that. If they want to use a spell on the Eidolon, oh, that would have been nice last turn. Yeah, okay. If they want to spend a card on our Eidolon and take damage, that's fine. Not because of the damage, but because of the because they have to cast a spell. But I'm not just gonna bump them in the night and get them down to 17 and make their game plan like even easier. That's not how you want to play this game. You want to, yeah. Okay, well they're going for. They're going for a graveyard plan. They're going to make that decision of mine to avoid the Leyline of the Void a bad one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so I think they can cast a Gurmag Angler here. But that doesn't really scare me yet. I don't think. Yeah, that's fine, sure. I'm okay with that. Oh, that's a good draw too, actually. So put them to 13. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll put them to 13, play out the Lavamancer, and then I'm just... Oh, or I could light up the stage. Right, that's the whole thing about light up the stage. Because if I don't cast it now, when am I casting it? It's Lavamancer and light up the stage are in the same position right now. If I don't cast it now, then when am I casting it? I think speak much, Andrew. I think getting Lavamancer out there is the better play. I think that's what we want to do right now. Yeah. Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith. Our opponent is either very, very good or very, very bold. Because I don't know what's in there. They have 7 cards in their hand right now. So, I mean, that being said, we have 9 points of life loss. Not damage. Bump in the Night is not damage. But 9 points of life loss in our hand right now. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. That's a good draw. So I want to use light up the stage this turn. And I'm okay holding things up until then, so I think I just want to attack in for this with the Swift Spear for 1. They're probably going to like Fatal Push it or Bolt it or something like that, but if that happens, that's fine. I'll just suspend a Rift Bolt, maybe even 2. Snapcaster. Okay. Actually, I can also suspend my light up or cast light up the stage because they fetched, didn't they? Yeah, they turned on my light up the stage by fetching. Absolutely, they did. And they targeted Fatal Push, right? Yeah, okay. That's fine. All right, okay, so we get to see how this card works now. Okay, well, yeah, you know what? I'll save those for next turn. I'll save those for next turn. Go ahead, Fatal Push my Lavamancer. That's fine. I don't think I care about that right now. Yeah, go for it. Sure. So there is 12 damage coming at you right now. Oh no, sorry. I need another land to cast the Bump in the Night still. But there's at least 9. Inquisition, sure. Take the Fatal Push, probably? Depending on what cards you have in your hand. That was a good light up the stage. I turned it into two lava spikes. That's not bad. I actually would have really preferred to hit a land, actually, now that I think about it. I would have wanted to hit a land with that one, which is normally what people talk about when they talk about the downside of the card. Took the Bump in the Night, okay? Interesting. Well, I can't, as much as I want to get the Eidolon out, I can't not cast these. I can't not cast them. Right? They don't have anything that gives haste, do they? Okay, hold on. Let's actually think about this for a second. Because I can cast this Lava Spike or suspend this Rift Bolt. Holding up this Fatal Push might not be the worst either. No, let's just put them to 1. They don't have any creatures on board right now. Then again, they might just Stubborn Denial this, because this does turn on Stubborn Denial right now. But, yeah, okay, cool. So the Scalding... I mean, they only need a few lands to operate anyway, but this Scalding Tarn, I think, is pretty dead at the moment. Maybe that was a mistake. It might have been smarter to suspend the Rift Bolt. Because if I don't draw a land, like, I can't actually cast it next turn, right? So, well, down to 3. So either they're hoping we draw poorly or they've got a plan. This is a weird way to navigate this game. Like, this is, like, these light up the stages and not playing white. It is very different. This is a very different way to play this game. It's very strange. That's okay, good. Keep flooding out. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want to see. That's a great draw. So, start off with this. And as much as I want to hold up Fatal Push here, I'm going to suspend this Rift Bolt. For obvious reasons. You know, they don't have a Death Shadow or Gurmag Angler or anything on board, so like I don't think they have counter spells that deal with creatures. Like they have Stubborn Denials and stuff, but that doesn't help. So I don't know what they could have here. Maybe they were hoping we would like leave this Rift Bolt in our hands somehow. And they could, yeah, sure. They could, like Kolaghan's Command it out or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sure. Yeah, you better do all this now. Because you're not doing it afterwards. Oop. Almost misclicked. All right. I have been mistaken before, but I would be very impressed if they were able to not die and kill us this turn. Okay, so, you know, there's Snapcat. I don't know. Maybe these ley lines are better. Like, they didn't have anything going on that game. Okay, you know what? I'll take out a Lavamancer. I'll put in a single ley line. That's probably a bad idea. If I'm going to put ley lines in, I should probably put at least a couple of them in to increase the odds of drawing one. You know what? Yeah, okay. I don't need to worry about Skullcrack. I'll put a ley line in for that. Sure. Let's try that. That's probably a mistake. I immediately regret that decision, actually. We'll see if I get paid off. Oh, the one lander again. This time, though, however, there is a number of cards I can cast. Even just with the hand I have. We want to draw more lands. I think this hand's keepable, but like it doesn't do it like this is a good aggressive hand against like Tron or something, but we're not going to kill them in the first couple turns anyway, and they want their life total to get lower, so I think I'd rather try to mulligan for like anything with a bit more lands in it. But this hand isn't bad. This hand isn't bad, it's just different. It's just a different... These are different tools than I want early on in the game. They kept 7 cards. I also don't like mulliganing against decks with like Inquisition and stuff, though. I'm going to keep this hand. Oh, this might be a mistake. If it's a mistake, it's not a bad one. Let's put it that way. It's not an... Oh! So punished! Oh, so totally punished. Wow. That was horrible. I deserve everything that's happened to me. No, you can lower your own life total. Yeah, maybe 2 damage was fine. Maybe getting in for 2 on turn 1 is fine. Like when they couldn't bolt it for a trigger or whatever. I could see that. This leyline is such a bad draw. I so totally deserve that as well. It's so incredibly horrible. Like, just the worst. Sure. You're not drawing a land isn't helping. Yeah, it's pretty bad actually. Because now I either like make myself look silly by attacking with this goblin guy to try and like get skewer the critics going, and like basically I would have just like means I time block myself before, or I start casting these lava spikes in and just leave everything unprotected, which is not really what I want to do. Yeah, okay, you know what? Fine. Fine. It's a weird game. It's a very, very strange matchup. This is so weird. Yeah, okay. You know what? I've got this Fatal Push for when they eventually get like a Death Shadow or something out. So, yeah, okay. Sure. If you want to counter this, that's fine. Go for that too. Like, I can't be too patient right now with the fact that I'm not drawing lands. Like, it doesn't... It's really putting me... This leyline is such a... Like, I deserve to lose this game, honestly, probably for this leyline going in. Like, it was just such a bad idea. It was such a bad idea. Gurmag Angler would be bad. Tapping out is good, as long as it's not a Gurmag Angler. I don't know what this could be, other than a Gurmag Angler, though. It's obviously not a Death Shadow. Yeah, there we go. Cool. That's not good for us. Not good. Wow, this is like extra not good. Like, I can't even suspend Rift Bolts or anything right now. This is horrible. This is just like a miserable experience. Yeah, get rid of this. This is the only one that makes sense to get rid of. So now, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know what I could even hope that they have in hand. Like Death Shadows? No, because then their clock will be fast enough to kill us. You know, Stubborn Denials and stuff? No, because then we won't be able to finish off any spells. Like, I honestly don't know. I don't know if this game is even winnable anymore. Just with the way this board is and the way our cards are. I can't cast Skewer the Critics to even, like, double shoot, you know, one of these or something. So that was a, like, I can only cast one spell a turn. This is horrible. Yeah, this is not good. Like, I can't even attack him with Swift Spear and try to, like, Fatal Push the Death Shadow or something like that. I think the only way I win this game, though, is getting Swift Spear on the board and start, like, ripping lands, and they just have nothing. So I think that's got to be the best play. But this is I don't want to sound like defeatist or like I'm getting like really like, you know, tilted or salty or whatever. Like, that's not what this is. But I'm honestly just looking through all the potential lines and what the options are for the cards in our hand. And I mean, like, maybe those early turns, I could have been smarter and attacked with a Goblin Guide or something. But I kind of felt like there have been a lot of games where I haven't attacked early on with creatures, and that's sort of how I was able to, like, force them to do the work. But yeah, this is oh yeah, they just have lethal on board right now. All right, okay, cool. I'll wait for them to attack, but that's going to be game. It's unfortunate. This is a tough matchup, and I definitely think this matchup is worse without the white mana. I definitely think it is. So that's how I think that goes. Either way, this has been Andrew. Day 2 Dryden. You know, hey, Light Up the Stage worked well in game 1, I get, or in game 2, I think. No, we only played 2 games, right? Whatever. Yeah, I think Light Up the Stage looked good in one of those games, but I don't know. I'm not sold. So hopefully we see some more out of it, and we can start to make more conclusions. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed the match. This is oof. Yeah, maybe Leyline was a mistake. Either way, Andrew, Day 2 Dryden. Hope you have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Oh, and the Super Bowl is going to be over by now. So hopefully the Patriots won. I am not a Patriots fan. Before anyone loses their mind. However, you know, in 20, 30 years from now, when people are like, oh, you remember watching those Patriots teams? Like, when you talk about dynasties, it's kind of a big deal, right? Like in hockey, which I know a lot more about, right? You talk about the Islanders, the Canadians, as much as I hate to admit it, like the Penguins in the early 90s, you know, the Red Wings, the Devils, they had a few good years anyway in there, right? Like, you talk about these big teams that were so good for so many years, and it's really, really remarkable. So the other thing is, me cheering for them has zero impact on whether they win or not. So anyway, I like to see stories like that. Yeah, I'm sure Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are absolute jerks in real life, and I wouldn't want to have lunch with them. But you know, it's a cool storyline to see that. So hopefully Patriots won the Super Bowl, and I'll see you next time.